Yo, 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 Soup Squad. It's Nimbo Soup again. We're all aware of what's going on in the War Thunder community as of recently. If you didn't know, Gaijin had a bunch of economy changes in mind that none of us players really agreed with. Us players banded together, made absolutely certain our thoughts were heard, and the changes were avoided. It was rather democratic if you ask me, but it isn't a great look. I'll talk about this more at the end. In light of this, I saw this article that got released a couple of days ago, talking about progression and economy. After reading, rereading because I didn't get the point the first time whatsoever, checking the link to make sure that it was real, and reading a third time to make sure I wasn't going insane, I decided I needed to make a video on this. I honestly couldn't tell you yet if I'm just going to meme or actually provide some thoughtful analysis. Probably a bit of both. I'll try to keep this video shorter, not going over every bullet point because, honestly, this article seems to me like maybe they're trying to save a little bit of face or is even just an ego thing, and it isn't really worth staying up at night over. Quite ironically, that's exactly what I'm doing as I write this intro, so I guess I'm giving Lord Snail exactly what it wants. You're welcome. Before we get into it, though, please understand how I function as a player in-game to better understand my perspective. I'm a content creator, but that's only as of like a week or two ago. I haven't gotten any rewards for it yet besides the welcome pack, of which I haven't even spent the Eagles. I still play the game probably more than is healthy, just like a lot of you guys. This being said, I find my playstyle to be pretty niche. I'm the type of dude that plays to have fun. Yeah, I know, imagine that. I'm at a point where I find a lot of different stuff I have unlocked fun to play. This gives me very little motivation to grind anything new or even buy new vehicles that I do grind. Unlocking new vehicles to make videos on for you guys is my only real motivation. Given this, I'm pretty detached from the economy. I have a ridiculous amount of lions and eagles that I just never spend because I'm too greedy or I just don't find it necessary to have fun. As a result, I'm definitely not the person to go over the economy and grinding system we have, what's bad about it, and how to fix it. I am a person, though, that has a deep love for this game and want what's best for it, and, just as importantly, for the players alike. Just like I'm sure many of you are. So, I'll give you guys my honest reaction to this article. With all the stuff I just said in mind, I'm sure a lot of you can either relate or at least laugh at my reactions. Let's get started. Player progression is essential. Can't give a player everything at once. Okay. Yeah. In addition, progression serves one of the basics. How to make... Yeah. Fundamental difference between Okay. Most War Thunder players, 80%, never paid a dime. Wow, really? That's so cool, Gaijin. Thank you so much for letting us know. Let's see, keep reading here. Provided by those players who pay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I wonder what the point is. Alright, let's see here. In any game, players play only when they have fun. Okay. In an F2P game, players only pay if the game really entertains them. Okay. Pays if they want to support the game or try something new, which is at the same time not necessary to enjoy the game. Yeah, we all play because we have fun. That's the only real reason anyone puts up with it. Agreed. I can't wait to see what they're getting at here. Hence the unobvious conclusion, the less you have to pay to play the game, the more differently priced paid options it should have. Unobvious conclusion? Unobvious to who? The company or me, the player? Of course it's unobvious to me that you should have a bunch of different priced options. If it were up to me, the player, every premium vehicle would be $1 and everyone would pretty much be able to enjoy the game to the max. But it isn't. It's up to Gaijin, who, yes, obviously needs money to keep their game running. Of course I'm all for that. My life would be different in ways I don't even know about yet without this game. But saying this conclusion is unobvious to us implies it's obvious to them. To me, this is the type of conclusion that people who want to make as much money as possible reach, not what someone who truly only cares about the game and player base reach. But hey, this is capitalism. Only the haters knock the grind, and I'm certainly not hating. Make all rank 7 premiums $200 for all I care. I don't have to worry about it anyways because I'm broke. Side note, if you don't agree with Gaijin, the most impactful thing you can do is to not give them money. My real issue here is the way they try to hide the fact that no, it isn't necessary for you to keep testing the limits of a player base to see how much you can make off of them. The game has been running fine since like 2012 on the systems it's had ever since. Whatever economy changes that you're trying to implement are in no way necessary for the game to run, just necessary to make more money. As players, we see right through it. And again, cool, stack your bread, Gaijin. Capitalism is awesome. If you disagree, Uncle Sam would like to know your address. Just don't try to hide it right in front of our faces. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe War Thunder is operating at a near loss, or struggling to keep their server hosts paid. I, for some reason, doubt it, even with the packet loss. This is just speculation, though, keep that in mind. If the game gets nuked tomorrow, don't get all mad at me. I'm not a wizard. All of these ones are, crazily enough, glaringly obvious. I do want to mention a couple, though. Should not be too many farming vehicles. Is it just me, or should there be no quote-unquote farming vehicles? If some vehicles are better to play for grinding than others, would that not just ruin the quote-unquote vehicle diversity and all the other stuff they just said in these bullet points? Balancing. It's impossible to manually adjust the in-game economy? What? Please, correct me if I'm wrong because I'm genuinely confused about this one, but do they not have direct control over rewards modifiers, research costs, repair costs, and all the other economy BS? I'm no economist, but this one seems at least a little bit unthoughtful to me. I know literally nothing about balancing, and I can understand how it might be tough with all the different game modes and stuff like they said, but this answer, to me, seems very lazy and victimized. You're telling me there's no way to balance the economy directly? Or do you mean no way to further directly increase your paychecks? Again, don't necessarily have a problem with that. Keyword necessarily, if it's not game breaking, just a problem with the lack of transparency if that is the case. And come on, affecting their occurrence in battles, that's really the concern here? I'm pretty sure everyone laughed reading that. I don't even want to address it. Just look at 6.0 with the JU288s, or full teams of F4S players at top tier, or the terms teams, as I like to call them. I mean, it literally says right here they adjust the economy based on statistics. Clearly, what vehicles are in which games don't play a huge part in those statistics. Again, with the feeling of being manipulated. I don't like being manipulated. Weird photo that someone probably got by asking some online AI to draw me a picture of an AI robot. No idea, don't ask me. Revise it globally, yeah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Made up of players that accept the economy and progression system? Maybe even like it? Well, that might just be a stretch. I think it's more so we just love War Thunder a lot, or hate ourselves even more, and are forced to, but sure, I guess. So it turns out, main key parameter, time to reach top. Hey, I like this. If you took it at face value, I mean, it sounds promising, I think. One of the most frequent complaints I see about this game is the length of the grind. Plus, we've had some nice changes before regarding RP and stuff. I'm not going to tell you how to interpret this one because, to be honest, it could go in literally any direction, but I do have hopes for the second half of summer. If it's anything like previous years, my best guess would be at least lowering RP costs, probably not by too much, but at least noticeably, hopefully. Moving on, we are no doubt open to other suggestions, we have many of our own, blah blah blah. We doubt that something completely new will be accepted by the players. I mean, if I were to doubt anything here, it would be that their new system would actually be good enough to meet our standards. But if it was, I see no reason why current players would quit. If they get upset at having a vehicle unlocked already that now takes less time to unlock, I'd tell them to quit crying. What did Gaijin do wrong there? Give us new content to explore that you have to grind? I suppose no matter what, though, people will cry about something. So I guess I can kinda understand how Gaijin might at least think they have their hands tied on this one. Moving down. Yes, the exciting part. So I'm not going to read this. It's basically saying Steam reviews aren't a good form of feedback. Their reason is that prospective players will just see the bad scores and not care enough to read the actual review and the reasoning behind it. By the way, what's up with this part? As a Westerner myself, kinda weird to be that specific, to be honest, but no comment other than that. Probably just my dumb American ego speaking, right? Anyways, as far as the Steam reviews go, they called the practice of leaving bad reviews to get your voices heard, and I quote, destructive. Well, it seems to me that enacting changes 99% of your community is against is also destructive. Are the Steam reviews really the reason here? They might be the effect, but they're not the cause. It's important not to confuse the two. I'm not saying I support leaving bad reviews either. To be honest, I don't. I mean, think about it. Leaving a bad review knowing damn well we all actually love this game? Okay, maybe not the intricacies so much, but that isn't my point. We all just want to see the game in its best version. I understand Gaijin in the sense that I think there's better avenues. There's also a difference though between what actually works and what the party at fault says works. Take that as you will. Hopefully, it never comes to this again. It's also not really on the player base to worry about attracting new players either, and I see it as kind of unfair of Gaijin to pin that on you guys. Of course, we probably shouldn't be working to oppose it though. I suppose it's on the content creators and the marketing team to attract new people, so great start on that one, Nimbo. I suppose this is a good time to mention that I promise you, everything I'm doing and saying right now, in a weird, hard-to-follow way, is rooted out of a tremendous love for this game. I just want to see it succeed. Unlike a lot of people, I'm not going to pretend to have all the answers on how to do so. But I can emphasize to the people that might what's really going on here from the player's perspective. I guess I'm just kind of like the guy rooting for the team to win at the top of the bleachers or something. So, Gaijin, if you're listening, first of all, love the game. Thank you very much for making it. I'm beyond excited to have the privilege of being a content creator for it. I consider it a tremendous achievement in my life so far. Second of all, let's just let this serve as a lesson going forward of the importance of this right here. And I'm pretty sure I can speak for the entire community of players when I say that we will hold you to this. Not too much energy left to show this time. I spent it all on brain power trying to understand this article and the point of it. Like, comment to discuss with me, and subscribe. Check out the description too. You all know the deal. This is Nimbo Soup. Nimbo signing out.